Hello you guys, my name is Avine Runalal, and today in this video we're going to be doing Zarya tips. Now a general tip I have for Zarya is if you use her ult and use someone's ult like Hanzo's, you can create an ultimate attack to do devastating damage to the enemy team. Now, a tip I have against D.Va is she can't eat your laser beam, which makes it an effective tactic against her, and you can bubble her general attack strategy if she comes at you. Now, a tip against Reinhardt is if he charges towards you, if you can activate your bubble, you'll actually get 40 charge and you'll take no damage. Now, a tip against Orisa is I don't have any because she is a direct counter to you. So, if you see her, don't fight her. Now, a general tip I have for Roadhog, if you see his hook coming towards you, just bubble and you'll be okay. Now, for my first tip against Sigma is if you hear his rock coming towards you, you have plenty of time to activate your bubble and block it. Now, for the second tip of Sigma, if you get caught up in his graviton flux, then activate your bubble and you won't take any damage. The easiest trick against Wrecking Ball, if he's going around a circle like that, just activate your bubble and you won't get damaged. Now, the tip I have for Winston is just like Wrecking Ball. When you see him jump towards you, just bubble and you'll be okay. For the Zarya v Zarya matchup, it doesn't require much skill aiming wise, but it depends on who has more charge and who plays their bubbles better. Against Ashe, if she throws your dynamite towards you, just like Sigma, you have plenty of time to activate your bubble and eat it up, taking no damage. Another tip is you can also use your bubble to make sure Bob doesn't launch you in the air and damage you, but you won't be able to block his bullets. Now, when fighting against a Bash, he will absolutely shred through your bubble, so avoid him at all costs. When fighting against a Doomfist, whenever you see his punch charging up, make sure to activate your bubble and you'll be a-okay. The best tip I have for when you're fighting against an Echo is whenever she shoots her sticky bombs at you, make sure to activate your bubble and you'll be charged up and ready to fight. The first tip I have against Genji is that whenever you see him use his reflect, laser him because he can't deflect it back. The second tip I have, which is much harder to pull off, is whenever you see him dashing towards you, make sure to activate your bubble. Now whenever you see a Hanzo pull off his storm arrow, make sure to bubble up, but 2 arrows will still hit you after. Against Junkrat, a counter against this trap is to use bubble and you won't get hurt. When you see Junkrat's ultimate, make sure to bubble, but be careful because he could just be baiting you out. One of the harder tips I have for McCree is whenever you see him roll, instantly activate your bubble or else you'll get flashbanged and he'll kill you. If you're fighting a Mei and she's about to freeze you, activate your bubble at the last second to remove the freezing effect and run away. Fighting a Pharah near the edge is already stressful enough, but whenever you see her fly up and activate her boop, just bubble and you'll be okay. When fighting a Reaper, the best thing to do is to just not fight him. Honestly, he'll melt through your bubble and immediately kill you. The best way to avoid Soldier's Heroic rockets is just to activate your bubble in time. Whenever an enemy Sombra tries to hack you from behind, just activate your bubble and the hack will be disabled. When fighting an enemy Symmetra, be careful because your bubble can actually charge up her beam, making her deal more damage once it goes down. And also remember, when you're fighting a Symmetra, your bubble can only take one of her big orbs. Fighting against a Torbjorn, make sure not to get too close up because your bubble can only take 2 shots of his shotgun. Additionally, if you see a Torb turret far away, make sure to angle your orbs so that they'll come down and hurt it. Now whenever you fight a Tracer and she throws her pulse bomb at you, you have plenty of time to use your bubble and react. Whenever fighting a Widow, she outranges you, but make sure to bubble her shots and try to react back with some of your orbs. The simplest tip against Ana is just to activate your bubble when you see her sleep coming towards you or her grenade. When fighting a Baptiste, the biggest tip I can give you is just to break his immortality field so he can't stay alive any longer. The biggest tip I can give you while fighting a Brigitte is just to activate your bubble before she dashes towards you. When fighting a Lucio, it's the exact same tip as Farah, just activate your bubble before he can boop you. There is no fancy tip when fighting a Mercy. The only thing I can tell you to do is just to outright kill her. If you're fighting against a Moira and you see her orb coming towards you, just bubble and you won't take any damage. The first tip I have for Zenyatta is that if he uses his Discord bomb on you, just use your bubble and it'll go away. The last tip I have against Zenyatta is that if you see his orbs charging up, just activate your bubble and you'll be a-okay. Hello you guys, this is the outro of the video, so you can leave whenever you want, but I just want to say this is my first video in a very long time, and I just want to thank Omen5581, AG Ramen, and TQP Barney for helping me out with this. It's a big deal, and this is also the first time I've been making a video with this much editing in it, so if you see some mistakes, I am so sorry. But basically y'all, that's it, and remember, ramen is toxic.